Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting-edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adapters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide. Time zones are still a thing. And by fuck, I managed to get us from the intro to all on the screen, which is technological marvel. I will admit we were a little bit late starting because StreamYard has put an extra fucking button in the process to start the stream. And I thought I had started it 4 bastard times before it actually started. And with that little rant out of the way, welcome to the show. And I shall introduce all my guests and I'll start putting your comments up in the streams. We'll start with the not total newcomer, but new from recently. Hasn't been on for quite a while. Mr. Pizzle, RPOW, what about you, chum?
Hi guys, you all right? I just went looking for some earphones and I've just realised this is a new phone. It's not got a headphone jack. And I haven't got Bluetooth earphones. So
oh fuck.
Yeah, you are all a little bit quiet, so if you see me doing this a lot, it's because I'm trying to listen to you. Yeah.
Right. Oh, sorry about that.
I know, yeah. Okay, no. I'm a little bit nervous actually, chaps, so forgive me.
Don't give it a couple of minutes, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm going to crack open a cider, and then I'm sure that'll
work away.
Good lad, get in there. Go on.
Give it 5 or 10 minutes. You'll be over the top of us, and I may have a small reminder from your last encounter here.
Oh no! Oh no! Embarrassing.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to say this now, so it's out there. I was wanting to piss myself laughing through that entire thing and thinking I would love to be watching this if it didn't have to try to manage it.
Jesus Christ, man. I watched it back. Oh, man. Embarrassing.
Yeah, it was funny as fuck, but
what can you do?
Go on. Do you know what? It wouldn't be the first time that I've said something really fucking stupid on a stream, so you're in good company.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're well liked and you have nothing to worry about. Just relax and enjoy. And tonight's lighthearted.
Yes, thanks for saying that. Yeah.
Tonight's a lighthearted stream. We'll like to have a laugh at the madness that's going on in the world. So,
I know. Yeah. I'm sorry about this. I know I've come a bit late, and I'm not very. How can I get to see the comments on YouTube, or can I not do that?
Are you on a phone or a laptop?
A phone.
Right. Does it have somewhere on the side a little thing that says private chat, people, notes, style?
No. Hang on a minute. Oh, comments, hang on. Oh, no. Oh, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to see the YouTube comments, but it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's a thing. It's that long since I've been on somebody else's stream that I can't remember how it is. I normally do it. I also use a laptop, so I'm not sure. If somebody uses a phone, any advice? The other thing you could do is throw up. I don't know. On a phone, can you do it? Can you put the YouTube on a different tab, and then you'll see the comments of that?
You know what I'm going to do? If I just shoot off for 5 minutes, because I'm at my parents', so I'm going to try and use my dad's laptop.
Yeah, not a problem.
Is that all right? So I'll shoot out for 5 minutes and try and get this sorted because I can barely hear you.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, chaps. I'll see you shortly.
See you shortly. That all went really well. Okay, Mr. Sanson, what about you, chum?
Hello, mate. I'm doing well. Yeah, I got in a bit later than what I was hoping to, so I didn't get a chance to grab any beers. However, I still had a cheeky can of Murphy's, which I'm just going through now, and a couple of champions. So that, with a cheeky little chaser, should do me nicely. So yeah. Oh yeah. So shall I do the housekeeping now, or do you want to bring Packer in first? Because I feel a bit crap
Right.
bringing Packer in.
Yeah. We'll say hello to Packer and then we'll do the housekeeping. Mr. Packer, what about you, chum?
I'm all right. I'm drinking coffee this evening.
So am I.
Good lad.
I thought I'd try and keep my wits about me because RPOW's on.
Yeah, I've got coffee, orange juice, and pineapple juice. I'm all juiced out. Nice selection. I've got nice cold beer for whenever this ends. It's great.
No, you got to get. I need to do a. Well, I'll do the housekeeping.
Yep.
And then we can go straight into it. But the housekeeping is tomorrow at 7:00 over on Ragnar Ironspear's channel. It's his end of the month stream with his usual guest, Matt the Angry Bootneck, or Boot the Angry Matneck, or Matt the Angry Sivnat, as I call him. So that's at 7:00. And then after Rags at 8:30 over on Toffee's new channel. It's Sunday Night Raw with Toffee, and it'll be me and William. So it'll be like a trio of trouble, but it'll be on Sunday Night Raw over on Toffee's channel. So everybody loves a bit of toffee, might clag to your teeth and lose a filling or two, but it's always great stuff. So get yourself over there. And also, it would be remiss of me to say, for the more discerning streamer and YouTuber, I used to always recommend Waffle Dave's house as the best streaming content throughout the week. Unfortunately, I haven't seen much of him, so you'll have to make do with Dave's Waffle House, Monday to Friday, 8:30. It's as mad as a box of monkeys, but it is a good laugh, and he's a good lad. So please give Dave our support, and I'll hand you back to you, 42, buddy.
Certainly. Well, a couple of things I'm going to add that. One would be Robin Curry's a secure, a girl from Australia. We'll keep you updated with all that's going on in the madness of litigation and what governments are getting up to. The other one would be Rich, RPOW Media, who does a very similar sort of a thing out of America. And he actually has a full media website behind him, lots and lots of resources, lots of information. If you want to find out anything that's going on, that's a place to find it out. I will also say, Dave Waffle House, home of the Friday night duck race, our local pub. Get yourself in there, get involved in the banter. I don't have a link handy for Handcrafted Energy. I'm not going to put up the pictures, but if you want any Christmas baubles or other stuff, there's going to be more pictures coming soon. Have a look at that. If you want links that, send me an email and I will get you in touch with that. My email's in every description. And we have another thing to plug. We have something else that really needs a bit of a plug-in. I don't know if you've heard of him. A little known former comic, Chris Dangerfield, actually does have a book that's published. And you can actually go and buy that book. He's going to be streaming tomorrow evening. I believe the co-host Pakka will be involved. And that's all coming out. So please get involved with that. And be aware that look out for a Dangerfield stream tomorrow, and you will get all of the relevant informations. Pakka.
Yes, I'm sure
Yeah.
he'll have plenty to tell us about it. He's actually published a book. I can't imagine how happy he is with himself right now.
I'm sure he is. Something about nudie comics.
It's something in the time of nudie mags.
Yeah, something in the time of nudie mags.
14 in the time of nudie mags.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat tell us. I ordered my copy, or the wife ordered my copy today.
Well,
is it on Amazon or out, or is it like?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah,
it's on Amazon.
Yes, on Amazon.
Right, yeah.
1 second, I will find that link.
Is he going to? Do you know, Pakka? I'll just say this now because I listen to, obviously traveling. I like to listen to a lot of stuff. Do you know if he's going to do him reading it his own book? Because I think that would be magic. I always ask that. Yeah.
I don't know, but I would hope so.
Because I think that would be fantastic. I really do. I said that to academic agent. He goes, "No, I hate it," and I goes, "Yeah, but you'll sell it." For me, when I listen to books that are, all the Peter Hitchens book, he narrates himself. The Tucker Carlson one, Ship of Fools. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but it's a book. But obviously, he reads it himself, and that's great as well. So I really do appreciate it when the authors, particularly if it's got like a biographical slant to it, if they read their own material, I think it just adds that little bit of extra because it's like an elongated stream. It's great stuff.
Yeah, he's very good at talking out loud, so why wouldn't he? Why, he really should.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I used to say the same because I think Dan the Iconoclast, he brought out a book a while ago, and I thought that would be a great audio book, but nothing come of it. Well, when you call, was it the Three Stooges? Chris Dangerfield, great delivery, completely different to Hugh and Dan. It was Dan, wasn't it? Dan, great delivery, but completely different to the other two. And Hugh, much like our friend Rory Herbert, who I've not heard of for a while, but I hope he's doing well. Hugh had a voice that he literally could be an audiobook reader. It was a wonderful voice, very, very articulated very beautifully. Very, very well spoken chap. Not like a roughhouse piece of shit like me.
Right. If you're not RPOW, don't be clicking that link to come into the stream. RPOW, the link's in. Has this frozen? Hello? Oh, Pakka, you're muted.
Yeah, I can hear
you. No, the stream's going fine, mate. Yeah.
All right, that's okay. Emma G, I didn't see your comment, and the wonderful Emma G has appeared. I don't know if she heard me saying that I may have RPA, it's saying your devices are not connected. Try going out and coming in again.
Yeah, Rory had grandchildren and then disappeared, didn't he? I don't know whether
Plastic, you're not coming in. It's only for Pizzle because he was already an invited guest mate. Yeah. Sorry, Plastic. I know I used to do call-ins, but I generally don't. And Pizzle got the link by Telegram. Yeah, I know what we'll do. Well, he's away.
Can we talk about him?
No.
Oh.
I'll tell you better than that. We'll have a reminder of the last time he was here. I think, yeah, this is generally what happened the last time our pod was here. I'm going to put up a clip out and people be affected, whatnot. So try to read the subtitles. Anyway, to sum everything up, this is what happened last week.
Im Süden hat der Gegner Zossen genommen und stößt auf Stahnsdorf vor. Der Feind operiert jetzt am nördlichen Stadtrand zwischen Frohnau und Pankow.
Ja.
Und im Osten ist der Feind bis zur Linie Lichtenberg, Karlshorst gelangt.
Mit dem Angriff Steiners wird das alles in Ordnung kommen.
Mein Führer, Steiner konnte nicht genügend Kräfte für einen Angriff massieren. Der Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodl, Krebs und Butter. Das war ein Befehl! Der Angriff Steiners war ein Befehl! Wer sind Sie, dass Sie es wagen, sich meinen Befehl zu widersetzen? Oh, weit ist das einfach gekommen. Das Militär hat mich belogen! Jeder hat mich belogen, sogar die SS! Die gesamte Generalität ist nichts weiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feiglinge!
Mein Führer, ich kann nicht zulassen, dass die Soldaten, die für Sie verbringen...
Nicht als Feiglinge! Verreiter, Versager!
Mein Führer, was Sie da sagen, ist ungeheuerlich.
Die Generalität ist das Geschmolz des deutschen Volkes! Sie ist ohne Ehre! Sie nennen sich Generale, weil Sie Jahre auf Militärakademien zugebracht haben, nur um zu lernen, wie man Messer und Gabel hält! Jahrelang hat das Militär meine Aktionen nur behindert. Es hat mir jeden nur gegen Widerstand in den Weg gelegt. Ich hätte gut daran getan, von Jahren alle höheren Offiziere liquidieren zu lassen, wie Stalin. Ich war nie auf einer Akademie. Und doch habe ich allein auf mich gestellt, ganz Europa erobert. Verräter! Von allem Anfang an bin ich so verraten und betrogen worden. Es wurde ein ungeheurer Verrat geübt am deutschen Volke. Aber alle diese Verräter werden bezahlen. Mit ihrem eigenen Blut werden sie bezahlen. Sie werden das saufen in ihrem eigenen Blut.
Bitte gerne. Jetzt beruhig dich doch.
Oh. Do you know what? It's good we can laugh about it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's funny, isn't it?
It was
It's
funny.
embarrassing. I've tried to work it out. I've got the laptop going here, but it's not in sync with my phone. So I'm gonna have to struggle listening to you on my phone, but at least I can see the comments.
Ha. Well,
Yeah.
that's one thing. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Emma, he was on earlier, but we had some technical issues.
Yeah. Still having technical issues. I don't know why my phone won't turn up any louder than that. So gay.
Oh. Right. We'll bring this to some form of order. Do we have anything to actually talk about this week? Did anybody look up any weird, mad stories? No.
I just saw that. I sent you that that white kid knocking out that immigrant, but I think it's a bit bit old, isn't it? I think everyone's seen that, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh, that's way below our normal level. Way below our normal level.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
Right. Yeah. Here we go. We're on this show. We we like to think that we find cutting edge stories to enlighten everyone. And like, here's an example.
When he says we, I don't.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No.
You know,
I do me, I turn up. And that's it.
I'm
particularly
a little
remember
lowbrow.
Max here. All Mac hasn't been able to make it for a while, so we've been short on stories about poop. But here we go. Firm develops jet fuel made entirely from human poo.
Okay,
Because
you
they're
mean
not
it's that
finding
serious?
out
Yeah.
into the air.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right. It's a bit above my head, all that.
yeah, look,
Will be.
yeah, a new aviation company. I'm going to check and see, but that's perfect size. A new aviation company has developed a type of jet fuel made entirely from human sewage. Chemists at a lab in Gloucester have turned waste into kerosene. James Height, Fairy Green Fuels CEO, says, Fairy Green Fuels? Fucking should be Fairy Brown Fuels. We wanted to find a really low value feedstock that was highly abundant. And of course, poo is abundant.
Very
Yeah.
abundant, yeah. Especially around Oldham.
Yeah. Independent tests by international aviation regulators found it was nearly identical to the standard of fossil jet fuel. Farry's team worked with Cranfield University to examine fuel's life cycle and carbon impact. It concluded that Farry's fuel has 90% lower carbon footprint than standard fuel. Mr. Haggett, who has been developing low carbon fuels in Gloucester for 20 years, said although the new fuel was chemically just like fossil based kerosene, it has no fossil carbon. It's fossil fuel free. Of course, energy would be used in production, but when we're looking at the fuel's life cycle, 90% savings is mind blowing. Yes, we have to use energy, but it's much lower compared to the production of fossil fuels, he added. Across the world, flying contributes to around 2% of global carbon emissions, which contribute to climate change. It is a small fraction, but growing fast, and taking carbon out of aviation is one of the hardest challenges. Electric planes are being developed. Never, ever, 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 ever get on a fucking electric plane. Trust me, it's hard enough to keep the ones with a proper engine up in the sky without one where the battery could just go from fully working to stopped in a millisecond. You can't park those things in a cloud. With a company in the Cotswold promising hydroelectric powered flights for a dozen passengers by 2026. That's not going to happen. But it will be years, decades maybe before mass air travel will be powered completely with new technology. So finding newer, greener ways to make kerosene without fossil fuels becomes a global gold rush. On a small farm in Gloucestershire, Mr. Haggett be turning rapeseed oil into biodiesel oil for trucks 20 years ago. His company, Green Fuels, now sells equipment to turn cooking oil into busy oil and has clients all over the world. He started looking for ways to make green jet fuel and tried waste oils, waste food, even agricultural scraps. Sounds like the type of stuff that they were putting into the power, the car, and Back to the Future after a while. I seem to remember a thing where they were putting fucking all sorts of trash into something above the engine.
Yeah, banana skins and all that.
Yeah.
Listen, 42, I'm going to have another try on this laptop because I'm really struggling to hear what's going on. So can you put the link in again in the chat for me, please?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to try again. I'm sorry about this.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. See you in a sec.
I just got this link again. Boom, 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 boom.
Is that a petri dish of carbon for us to look at?
Yeah, it's
very handy, isn't it?
I will see if I can get with this. The sewage solids are chemically treated and they end up as pure kerosene. So this is the poop.
Oh, that's the dried out bit.
Yeah.
And then you got a bottle of kerosene next to it.
Yeah. He teamed up with a chemist from Imperial. Wouldn't you know? Imperial College London. You know, the Emmons that are behind all the fucking Jags and all that shit. Yes. Together they developed a process to transform poo into power. Firstly, they create what they call biocrude. It looks like oil, thick, black, gooey. Most importantly, it behaves like crude oil. Dr. Lama also research at Fertility Green Fuel says what we are producing here is a fuel which is net zero. When Dr. Lama saw the results, he was thrilled. This is so exciting because it was produced from sustainable feedstock, which to which all of us are contributing. The scientists showed me around the lab, including many versions of the huge fractional distillation columns and a tar olive oil refineries. Right.
Well, finally, we've got a use for all them hotel refugees.
Yeah. Here, right. I'm not even going to read the rest of this because it's fucking mad. Right. Oh, is that puzzle back in? Right. I'm not even going to read the rest of it because it is fucking mad. But do you know what I think could be the end result of this? Our government are going to find a way to tax our fucking shit.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
Sound
great.
good.
We're laughing. Yeah.
Our-
I'm going to get you up on YouTube. All right, laughing. Okay.
Our government will find a way to tax our fucking shit because it will become valuable and they will find a way to tax it. Not only will they be taxing the shit out of us as they have been for many, many years, they will now be taxing the actual shit. Either that or if white people fucking, the only reason they haven't fucking attempted brought in a rule to sew up white people's asses is because shit's worthless. And if that changes, they're going to fucking sew up our assholes or taxes. 1 a.m. too. This is not a good situation. It does not end well. Thoughts?
I'm sorry about that, 42. I missed most of that. Are we talking about that fuel thing? I'm sorry
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
We're
worry.
gonna call it Soylent Brown.
Yeah.
Soylent Brown.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is they're now turning fucking crap shit into human poop into aviation fuel.
Well, if they can do it, I'm not sure they can do it, but if they could do it,
Yeah.
it's fine, I guess, isn't it?
Is this how far we'll have to go to get away from like oil that we know how to do and we've been doing for not hundreds of years?
Yeah.
Very many years, over 100 years.
I don't think they can do it. I didn't hear the thing that you were saying, but I don't think they can turn shit into fuel.
Oh fuck, they're doing it.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I've
not got anything against that, to be honest.
But
Have you? I don't think that's a bad thing if they can do it.
Yeah.
Will I be able to make it at home?
Yeah, well, my bigger question is why?
Set up a still in the garage.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I guess why.
Put it in my truck.
Yeah, you can shit in your fuel pipe. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just something to do, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing though if you can do it. To be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as it doesn't smell like shit, as long as they take the smell out of it.
Oh, interestingly, see whenever you smell your household gas.
Oh yeah.
You get a gas link and it's got that fucking pong.
That's put, isn't it? That's put in artificially, isn't
it?
Yeah,
that stink is not a natural gas.
No.
They put it on, it's called a stanchion agent, and it's there so as people will notice if there is a leak.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's in my natural gas. Hey! Speaking of which, I've got a video on a similar topic. Let's. It's a good one. I saw this one a while back. A few days ago, and it made me owl. So this is really funny.
Where is it?
It's a rotten game. Should we do it again?
I've never seen a monkey
It's
get
really
it.
a rotten egg.
Yeah, not interested.
I hope it's not AI, because sometimes these bloody things are AI, but I hope it's not.
You can't tell these
Hopefully
days,
not.
can you? You can't tell.
No,
You can't trust anything at all.
but,
Oh fuck! I was saying the Pakka there. I seen I was scrolling through YouTube and I was seeing a thing about trouble in Belfast this afternoon, and I knew that there was protests and parades going on. So I clicked on the link, and my God, it was pedigree bullshit. Not one word of it was true. And the images that they had on it were either from Belfast from over 10 years ago, or from different places. Like there was pictures of fucking rats from France and elsewhere that was bogged in with this, where they've got this overdub of stuff that supposedly happened in Belfast, and it was just blatantly untrue. I don't know how anybody fucking thought that it was.
What was the protest about today?
Oh well,
specifically, like
there was a triumvirate of things happening today.
Okay.
The first one is this is the 11th anniversary of the flag protest. So back in 2012, the Belfast City Council took a vote to stop flying the Union flag on Belfast City Hall, and then there was an amendment put in to make it 18 days a year because the Catholics are offended by the Union flag. And there was very widespread protests at that time. There was quite a lot of rioting, and there was a protest at Belfast City Hall every Saturday at 12 o'clock, which is still going on. It's a small protest now. There's like 20 to 30 people turn up and have their little protest every week. But obviously, because this is an anniversary, there was more people going to that today.
Right. Okay.
The second thing is today is the United Nations Day for Solidarity with Palestine. And Belfast City Council took a motion to fly the Palestine flag today for that.
For fuck's sake.
But then that motion it was passed, and then there was legal challenges, and that got revoked. So there wasn't the Palestine flag flying today.
Good.
However, what there was a load of people, pro-Palestine people, went had a rally to Belfast City Hall at the same day and time as the Union flags protest. So you've now got both sides there. And then the third thing in this triangle is there was a bridge, and there's an area of Belfast, South Belfast, called Sandy Row, which is very, very Protestant. And there was a bridge there that took you from Sandy Row into the city centre called the Boyne Bridge, which is named after the Battle of Boyne in 1690.
Okay.
And what that bridge, in order to go fight the Battle of Boyne, King William of Orange crossed that bridge.
Right.
So it was called, and then that was in 1690. Many years later, about 150 years ago, the bridge was in that bad repair. It needed fixed. So what they did was they built a new bridge, but they encased the old bridge into the new structure, so that the historical bridge was still there.
Yeah, that's cool.
We we protect our heritage.
Yeah, man.
We,
that's fucking
we
awesome.
got a new train station in, and that bridge was called the Boyne Bridge. We got a new train station in, and the fucking Marxist bastards incorporated destroying that bridge in the process of building a new train station and put a road in instead. So that road got opened at 9 o'clock this morning. And at 12 o'clock this morning, there was a parade to go along the new road because you need to imprint your area. And they took that parade from Sandy Row up to the City Hall and joined with the Union flag protesters.
But are you saying the bridge is gone now? It's destroyed.
The bridge is gone, and there's a road there in its place.
My God.
But I'll find you a video of this.
Fucking lefties. They hate history, don't they? If they can't rewrite it, they destroy it.
Yep, that's exactly it. No, hold on.
Oh my God.
No. Yeah, I can share this. So this is the new road. A couple of hours after it opened. Sure. StreamYard. Check us out. Why the fuck's that? Why is that not playing? What's on the screen now? Oh, right.
Can you get some pictures of the old bridge?
Yeah, this is the old bridge. Why is this not playing?
Top left.
Oh yeah, found it. Now I find the start and pause. This is this road that they're about to walk on. This is where that was the bridge. It's the exact same fucking position. It's just it doesn't have the big hump in it anymore. So this is the.
So it
this
looks
is
like fuck all now, just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this was it getting its first footing. That's I'm going over and walking the road.
Is Israeli flag?
Oh, yeah.
Israel flag.
Yeah,
what's that
because I'll tell you why there's Israeli flags today. Because the people that's in the counter protest are all coming Palestine ones.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did spend quite a bit of time singing "You Can Stick Your Palestine Up Your Hole" at them. No,
I don't want to take either side in that argument. I don't want to take either side. I don't want to take a third position when it comes to that. I don't want to stand with any of them.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Palestine hasn't been connected to people that are murdering you for many, many years. Do you know that the PLO and Hamas and the IRA are all interlinked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it, but I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
This is him arriving at the protest. We'll take that out. So,
Did it kick off?
what?
Did it kick off?
No, because what happened was you had the Unionists on one side and the Irish on the other side, and the police in the middle, and it doesn't get the rating because we're practiced at this.
1 second. Dad, shout Bowie. Kids, shout Bowie. Get him, shut the door. Sorry about that.
Having said that, there has been many riots in the Shankill pretty much every night for the last 3 weeks. There was many riots in North Belfast for the 3 weeks before that. And if you go back before that, there was many riots in Londonderry. And if you go back before that, they were in South Belfast at the Donegal Road. And it just goes round and round and round and round and round.
Sorry to interrupt you, 42.
Yeah.
Are they two sides, the old traditional enemies?
Oh, yeah.
But I've sort of got the impression a little bit that they're kind of coming together against this new invasion.
Oh, yeah. Go ask anybody that lives in Belfast or Londonderry. That is not happening.
Not a thing now. Okay.
Go ask the people that live in the Shankill Road that had their cars and windows broke the other night by the Irish people that come in. Go ask the people on Donegal Road who every time you go past that street, there's different windows boarded up because the windows got put in. Londonderry, we had a couple of incursions into the Fountain Estate, still under siege. None of this has gone away. None of this has changed.
It's heartbreaking, though, isn't it?
Do you know the other thing? The really interesting thing? See all that stuff that you're saying about the two sides coming together?
Mm.
That is dickheads in the unionist side.
Right.
Bringing fucking Irish flags with them. And or having these or they actually stop because they got told to fuck off with them, and or having protests in the city centre with maybe 2 Catholics there, 2,999 Protestants, and calling it a fucking mixed protest. And there has not been one anti-immigration protest in any nationalist area.
It's fucking sickening, man.
It's the idea that there's a coming together and we're all going to band together. That is very not true.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was that. It was like that, but I thought it was kind of.
There'd at least been a cessation of violence.
What?
You thought there'd at least been a cessation of violence, and we leave you alone, you leave us alone.
Well, I thought it had been redirected.
Yeah, no. Right. We, as always, we are left with we're left being tag teamed. But the other thing is, the newcomers are not as endemic in our communities as they are in the national communities. but they are coming in more than what they were.
Right.
And quite frankly, I'll tell you what I do know,
What?
but you don't hear you don't hear a lot of it. But I know that in my local area, there are people routinely asked to leave who are
Asked to leave, yeah, okay.
asked to leave, and how they get asked to leave is a bunch of people turn up at their door and say you need to not be here
Yeah.
next week. Why do we need to not be here next week? Because if we are, we're setting this house on fire.
Yeah, I've seen the houses like spray painted,
Yeah,
you know, with threats and stuff like that. Yeah.
But generally speaking, in our area, the people that are getting moved out, Romas, Romanians, some Pakistanis, and it tends to be people that have, brought it upon themselves because of their behavior and activity. Like if you've got 3 women living in a house and there's cars coming non-stop, all men getting out, going into the house, coming out again. Yeah, those people don't get to stay. If they're dealing drugs or whatnot, and it's found out those people don't get to stay. And we are fortunate in that we still have that. Housekeeping was always, even after the Good Friday Agreement and the peace deal and all, it was always acknowledged that housekeeping would be a thing, and that you get to cleanse your own area. I don't know, but they're obviously prostitutes. That's where they came from, or anything else. I don't really care about it. I just need them to fuck off, and that's what happens because they get a couple of weeks in, and it becomes apparent what they're doing, and then people arrive, and then they have to leave.
Yeah, so it's not. It's changing the subject a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, a lot. Has anyone seen or heard about that documentary, that Afghan Dancing Boys?
Yes.
I've not seen the documentary, but I've heard quite a lot about it.
They're
dancing with young boys and that because they think it's more moral than dancing with females.
It's not gay sex if they're not an adult.
Right. All right. That's all right then.
And there's a difference, but there's a difference in there's a difference between the Muslims in Afghanistan and the Muslims in Pakistan. The Muslims in Pakistan don't go for young boys, and Muslims in Afghanistan do. And it's part of their culture and tradition. It was actually being involved in the men's rights movement that I found out about that.
Right. Because I was just the reason I brought that up because you said about these newcomers, paying to be with women.
Yeah. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh no. See, it wasn't the newcomers that were paying to be with women. It was.
Oh right.
Right.
Okay.
But the women that were there were newcomers.
All right.
Now, had that been 2 local girls doing the same trade, they would have went about it a lot differently, so that nobody in the street ever fucking knew what was going on.
Right.
But they had made it blatant. There's kids in the street and all that sort of stuff. So it was like fucking bump off you go. Oh fuck no, no, no. If there was a queue of fucking newcome men arriving at somewhere, that would not be tolerated for more than 10 minutes.
Right.
In the area where I live.
Yeah, until they get this sort of clause in and the feet under the table, they start doing whatever they want, like round here.
Yeah, and another worrying thing is the fact that some of them, and I've got a classic example here, some of them are, training up in martial arts and everything.
Yeah.
So, if we started to do that, it's called supreme cheese. But when they do it, it's like, oh, no, you get to go. Everyone an expert, honestly.
Jesus.
Yeah. Fucking good job. Oh, shit. Sorry, I took up.
Took me out then.
Oh, I tell you what happened. Samson took his link away at the same time that I was going to take it away, and then yours slid in the position where his link was. I'm sorry about that, mate. That was totally accidental.
That's all right.
And with that, well, we have a musical interlude.
Okay.
Yes, I need to go to the toilet and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to do the same.
Right. Well, we'll give everybody 5 minutes. We will play the English, which gives everybody a nice bit of time to do whatever they need to do.
Okay, my man. I'll be back in a minute.
Right. Here we
I'll
go.
be back.
Who are ye, in rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way?
We are English. We come from the edge of Europe,
Beyond which lies only water,
ice and death.
This is the place we made our home.
Raised our cattle, planted the crops, evoked their gods from circles formed of stone, so those gods could witness us atone.
when Roman forces did invade. We fought as lions, refused to yield, and those we left out in the field. But the English, they were the seed.
Who adversity did propagate, an indomitable people who we would fight to toil and mock in equal measure, and find humour in our adversity, because that is our way. The
Battle-weary tribes besieged by Vikings, banded as brothers with Angles, Jutes and Saxons. It took some years of consideration
to produce our culture of toleration. The creation of the English nation at Stamford Bridge we won the day, but William was quickly on his way.
1066, the commutation brought the cursed Norman invasion. A ruling class they would impose until calls for Magna Carta arose. And to all the kings the message was sent: you only rule us by consent.
So what of the English, I hear you ask? You know us as the working class, the ones whose toil, blood and sweat brought you the greatest empire yet. So you should learn at your mother's knee of revolutions that number 3.
That number 3. 1, 2, 3.
Agricultural, where mechanised planting and harvesting was married to selective breeding, we created a food surplus, the envy of the world. Industrial, where we conjured cities to house factories inhabited by a well-earned workforce to man the machines. This coupled to the ingenuity of English engineers who never found a problem without a solution. The third, the glorious one, that brought about civil and religious liberty, one rule for all, and the radical notion that a man should profit from his labours. But we are not greedy. We exploited our language, our law, our sense of fair play. In our safe shipping lanes trade flows through never-ending day.
And when Britannia ruled the waves,
we used our power to free all slaves. We managed the world and allowed all others to travel in the social order we created with humour in adversity, because that is our way. Achievements we have too many to list. From this small kingdom God has kissed. We travelled the world from the highest mountain to Arctics, Kabatic, tundra and back again. The traces of our canvas are in our railway lines that transport the world to work. Our compassion in the water systems that hydrates foreign soil.
We left everywhere better than we found it, because that is our way.
I
I could list another thing or two, like how we taught the world to queue, but I'll leave that for another occasion. It's time to have a celebration, admire the wonders of our creation. To our ancestors, homage we must pay for doing things the English way. For we are the English, and this is our day.
Who are ye? In rags and rotten shoes, all dirty and bearded, blocking up the way.
We are the pilgrims, master. We shall go always that little bit further. It may be beyond that last blue mountain barred with snow, across that angry or glimmering sea. We are the English.
Every Englishman's house is his castle. So hoist your colours on the ramparts for England Day. Then down after St George's Day. We are English, and we'll be patriotic in an organised way.
There we go. That was the English. And on we go. What else do I have to talk about this evening, lads?
I'd like to give a quick mention to the fact that apparently, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the BBC has been caught lying about what Trump said. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Ah, yes, they have indeed. They have been banged dead to rights.
Having spent a few years saying to people, where the fucking hell did you hear that about Trump? And they're going, well, it's common knowledge. We all know this. This is what happened. I'm like, where the fuck have you heard that? Like, people have said to me, oh, he said drink bleach.
Oh, tell me this. How corrupt do you think the BBC is?
To its core.
Right.
Like,
what's the worst thing do you think of? Do you reckon a BBC presenter might have murdered someone and the BBC cover it up?
I wouldn't be coloured surprised.
Yeah. You know your woman Liz Kershaw?
All right, yeah.
Radio presenter.
Go on, did she run someone over or something?
Oh, God, no. Oh, she did much better than that. She wanted a producer who worked in the same studio to go out with her, and he didn't want to. And she harassed and harangued him. And then whenever he told the BBC that she was harassing him, they put him on different duties in the same studio but on reduced hours. And then she continued, and everybody made fun of him for not taking her up on the offer. And he asked the BBC to move him right out of the different studio, and they says, no, we can't because you're on reduced hours. And he was only on reduced hours because he was trying to get away from Liz Kershaw. And eventually he stepped out in front of a bus.
Oh.
And it's all very well documented how many times he went to the BBC and the report and all, and they went, nothing to see here.
Usual story.
Yeah, and Liz Kershaw, about the same time, Liz Kershaw was caught up in that thing where, do you remember the BBC radio people were doing competitions, but it was the producer was winning the prizes, so they didn't have to do the show live?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay,
yeah, they were bringing into their own shows and all sorts of shit, weren't they?
Yeah, right. So, they were faking the phone call. and then putting out they were doing a live show, but the live show had a call-in, and the call-in person was going to win a prize. So they couldn't do that live. They couldn't do that pre-recorded. So they got somebody off the staff to phone in and do the phone call whenever they were pre-recording the thing. Now, Liz Kershaw got suspended for a year for being part of that. Do you know what action they took about her fucking hounding a colleague to his death? Fuck off.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing. Nada. Absolutely fuck all.
If it would have been the other way around, you can imagine, though, can't you?
Well, if it had been
Andy Kershaw.
No, if
Andy Kershaw, did you say?
No, if it had been a man that Liz Kershaw didn't like chasing after her, he wouldn't have been in that building for more than 5 minutes.
No, not at all. Double standards, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it was a bus, but then again, I'm going off news reports, and they obviously give so little of a fuck about men's health that I don't think they would care whether they got it right between a bus or a train.
Well, I did remember something about someone getting run over.
Yeah. Yes, you were.
Sorry, is it true that they've stopped prostate checks?
Yes. Well, I need to read the whole document. It's not that they have stopped prostate checks. It's that they have decided not to start them.
Oh, right. So it wasn't
Right. So
they
were. It seems that they were. Currently, what happens is in the UK, whenever you're male and you're 50, they send you a bag and you do a turn in it, and that goes away and gets checked.
Yeah.
If you actually get that bag, personally speaking, I did not. And it's about a 50-50 whether or not you get it. They were looking at bringing in something at age 45, which tells me it's a whole new thing that we're thinking about. And the recommendation was, no, don't screen these men in case they've got a medical issue that'll kill them. Checking to find out if they've got it will do more harm than good, apparently. Yeah. This is at the same time that the other thing that happened for men's health in November was the government has finally put in a men's health policy. Now, granted, that policy it's total dog shit.
It's bullshit, yeah.
It is dog
Shocker.
Shit.
Shocker.
There's a lot of it seems to be about trying to stop men drinking too much and taking drugs and being bad. That seems to be the center of it. However, whenever I started all of this in 2012, there was no men's health policy. Right. This is a new thing that they've brought in, and how they got how the policy came into being was a whole shitload of people for a very long time have been complaining about this. 2014, I got an International Men's Day event in Belfast. Off the back of that, in 2015, Phil Davies got a International Men's Day debate in Westminster, and then
you know your stuff, don't you? 42. When it comes to all that, you know your stuff. It's very impressive.
And on the back of getting that debate once, they were able to make it an annual fixture, and every year since 2015, which is 10 years, they have been having this debate with nothing new to say for men. And the pressure got that far that they had to do something. So we've now got the policy in place,
right?
Which that puts the ball back across the fence to people like me, which means that we now need to start lobbying to get the policy made better. So this thing never
it's basically just throwing you a ball just to try and shoot you up.
Yeah. Yes, but the thing about it is, with all of the politics that we've got in front of us, it's like a big, massive wall. And all you can do is just keep chipping away at the bottom fucking brick, the one you can reach. So over the last 10 years, we've got a policy in place. That policy is going to be renewed every 4 years. Because all of our policies do, they go on a cycle. Every 4 years, there's a new iteration of it. There's new consultations come out. So we've got 4 years now to campaign, pester people, and then get ready for the consultation to make sure that the next iteration is going to come out and be a bit better than this one. And then we get to do it again. And the problem is that the left do this all the time as a matter of course. They just do this. And they are always looking at the new policies, and they're always taking part. We don't.
Sorry, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean there. 42. The left do what?
The left take part in politics. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Give me 1 second. UK.gov. UK.gov. Right. StreamYard. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. Right. StreamYard. Okay. Here we are on UK.gov. This is our government website, right? What I'm going to do is scroll right down to the bottom. And I'm going to look at policy papers and consultations. See that? Right. And then I'm going to, what do I want? Document type. I want consultations that are open. An open consultation is one you can reply to, and a closed one is one that's passed and you can't reply to. So whenever I look into this, a quality scheme for Department of Culture, Media and Sport. This consultation invites views on the Department of Culture, Media and Sport's equality scheme as required under Section 75 of the Northern Ireland Act. Right. So I can actually go into this, read the document, and tell the government what I think about it. Next one down, carbon capture storage unit. Would you think any of our people will be interested in telling their policies about carbon shit? Because if you go through this consultation, then you can do that and tell the government what you think about it. Now, if I do something like, and here go, immigration. I've got 3 open ones. The government is consulting now. Current settlement system should be reformed and how reform should be implemented. So if you click on this link, that's going to take you to stuff that will allow you to tell the government what you think about those policies. Extending the right to work scheme. Our problem is that the people that we don't like do this all day.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, nothing better to do. Yeah.
Well, and not only that, they also have it organized. So they've got one person that's checking that on a daily basis and allocating the links out to whichever group it's most relevant to, and saying that, go and send that to all your people and get it filled in and get it returned. Which means that you've often heard the term, we are governed by consent.
Right.
We're ruled by consent, yeah?
Right, yeah.
What that means is the government has to get our opinion on any new laws or rules they bring in. And how they cover that consent is by putting out consultation documents.
Right.
And
yeah.
if all their replies come back and say, yes, that's a fucking brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's all from the left.
On paper, they've got the consent of the people to go forward with that policy? Should it be environmental? Should it be immigration? Should it be whatever? Right. And this is going to shock you, but 99% of the replies that come back are extremely fucking left wing.
Oh, fucking hell. Really?
Right.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, right. Because they do it through their NGOs. Women's Aid teach courses on how to respond to consultation documents. So every woman that goes through Women's Aid also goes through a course on replying to these consultations. And they get them to reply for all the ones for domestic abuse. And if there's not ones about domestic abuse, they'll probably say, here, this sort of involves us as well. So maybe you want to reply to that.
Why do you think the right can't do that? Because all official bodies, they're all left.
No, it's because we don't do it. RPOW, here's the thing. I'm basically a working class idiot from East Belfast with 4 GCSEs to his name.
Right.
Right. In the space of 2 years, while going through a divorce and escaping an abusive relationship, I got policy changed on how male victims of domestic abuse
I know
are
you did.
housed.
Fucking amazing.
I got policy changed on. I got parts of the domestic abuse policy for Northern Ireland changed.
Yeah.
I had an hour-long sit-down with the First Minister of this country.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And I did this all from a standing start with no. I just all I did was keep taking the next step forward, and
fucking amazing, mate.
Right, but
amazing what you've done.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm the only person I have ever seen on the right on YouTube that has ever pulled up a consultation document and went through it and went, this is how you respond to it, and this is how you tell the government what to do. You can't tell me that everybody else that's involved in this space has fucking less political knowledge than me. In fact, there's a lot of them have been here involved in politics for a hell of a lot longer and should know what I know. And that's why. And if you want my honest opinion on why the right don't organise like that, there's nothing in it for an individual. There's fucking nothing in it for an individual. Same with England Day. England Day will not help any one individual person. It will not get you a bigger YouTube audience. It will not make you look good in the comments. All it will do is fucking take your country back. And it's totally autonomous. There's nobody needs to run. There's nobody needs to be in charge. And I don't know why that's being ignored the way that it is, because you can't tell me that people who have an audience have not come across that fucking song by now and decided not to pass it on. I don't know, mate. I'm struggling for answers. And I don't mean to dig anybody out. That's just my opinion on the difference in activism. And the other thing is, most people in the sort of activist loyalist community know what a fucking consultation document is and know where to find one, and they get we get in our like Facebook groups and stuff, we get petitions, documents coming around on the regular about stuff that's going on in our community. And I think a large part of that is that we came through all this with a community, whereas in England it was all done individually. You'd never, by the time it was time to collectivize, it was too late for you. The other thing is, RPOW, this fighting for our country and trying to keep everything right and dealing with the politics and all, we've been doing this for 400 years. on the exact same fight.
Yeah.
So I would expect us to be a bit further forward than what you are.
We should have listened to the National Front in the 70s. Well, we should have listened to Enoch Powell in when was it? The 50s, 60s.
Oh, the thing is, everybody did listen to Enoch Powell. See, whenever Enoch Powell gave that speech, it broke the mail system. The mail system in the Enoch Powell's constituency broke with the volume of letters of support.
Yeah.
And the problem is, if we made any mistake whatsoever, is that all of those letters of support went to Enoch Powell, whereas in reality, they needed to go to every local MP. So it didn't matter where in the country, you were getting letters telling that MP that Enoch Powell had the support, because that would have put pressure on each of the individual MPs, as opposed to giving Enoch Powell a really, really massive fucking mandate file letters, but nothing he could really do with it, because everywhere else where the whole fucking system came down on him.
Politicians, don't want to deal with race. Nobody, public figures, they'll talk about, like the trans issues, it's getting out of hand, and all sorts of things getting out of hand. But they'll stay away from race. They won't ever mention race, and that's a major problem. The races aren't the same.
Yeah, it's real. It's very scary about what our politicians refuse to talk about. Well, having said that, see the First Minister of Northern Ireland, the current First Minister of Northern Ireland, I have never heard her say the words Northern Ireland, and I never will.
Fuck, you know.
Yeah, the bitch that's running our country can't say the name of the country.
People are just politicians, and they're overcompensating for fascism. 70 years ago or whatever. They're overcompensating, so they'll hand the country over to invaders just to be not called a Nazi.
Well,
just to not call the racist. They'll hand the daughters over. As long as you don't call them racist, it's fine. It's insane. It's insane.
One of the biggest things we need to do is get the two sides fucking sorted out, because this is not even about race. This is right v left. And by right, I mean right thinking. Because you could get, if I waved the magic wand and got rid of all the immigrants tomorrow, the left-wing fuckers that we have in this country would have them back the next week. And it's fundamentally flawed that we have people running our country that don't even like the country. And we need to fix the disconnect between the English working class and their politicians. RPOW, if you wanted to find your local MP, how hard would it be?
I've got no idea, mate.
Oh,
I've got no idea. I won't even know where to start, to be honest.
Right. See, I know that there are at least two or three times a year, I know exactly where my member of parliament is, because he's at community events in our community. And they're with a load of other people. Now, you can't just fucking run over and start shouting at them, but you could find an opportunity where you walk over and very politely say, "Excuse me, my name's blah, blah, I'm in your constituency. I've got an issue with blah, blah, blah. Could you have a look at it? There's an email in your inbox, the subject is whatever," and leave that with them.
Yeah, well, my MP, I don't know who it is or the name, but I know they're a Muslim.
Yeah,
I know they're not interested in anything I've got to say.
Exactly. See, this is where the problem in England is. You have been, and this is not the fault of anyone that's currently alive. I think this break goes back quite the way. But you have been segregated from. You've been segregated from your church. You've been segregated from your member of parliament. You've been segregated from all the levers of power that were your birthright. And now you are running about with the. A lot of this stuff is intergenerational knowledge. You know, how do you effectively lobby? Where to put the pressure on? If you haven't learned that prior to, if you haven't learned that from people that know how to make it work, it's going to be a very, very long, hard uphill struggle. And also, the problem is you have a lot of people that are willfully ignoring that there is a legal way to go about lobbying in this country. And by the way, that is not unique to England. We have a dickhead over here running a thing called the Great Province-Wide Protest. He's an absolute fucking dickhead. I refer to him as coleslaw. It's 90% cabbage. But he told his followers on Facebook or on Facebook that they're not out protesting whenever they're standing on a street corner. They are petitioning the king, and that's somehow different. But the fact of the matter is, you cannot petition the king by standing on a street corner. If you want to petition the king, what you do is you write out what your point is, and then you go and you get all the signatures, and you get the name, and you get the address, and you gather all those signatures together, and then you send it off the Buckhouse, and that's how you petition the king. But no, this dickhead has got people standing on street corners telling them that they're petitioning the king, and a lot of them's going to end up getting scooped because they're going to end up with illegal protests and stuff, and they'll end up with a record that they never should have had, apart from this dickhead running about. So it's letting dickheads get in the position of power is not a unique thing to England, although I will say that I do believe that Tommy Robinson somehow is involved in how the fucking coleslaw got to be running supposedly organisations in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Tommy Robinson, that's a touchy subject, isn't it? I mean, I don't dislike him, to be honest. You know, his Islam views, I'm all the way.
Oh,
he's got some other views that.
Oh well, I don't think he's any views. I think he's a multi-level marketer.
Well, he started. I don't know. He started off with. He started off with. He was irritated. Well, he could see what was going on, like all of us are. Irritated, and I don't know, he might have gone the wrong way about it, but
okay, you know how multi-level marketing works, like Amway and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, like
pyramid. Right. Yes, that pyramid scheme. Do you know what's the difference between a multi-level marketing scheme and a pyramid scheme, where they make the classified difference?
No.
A multi-level marketing scheme, which you're allowed to have, has a product that sells. A pyramid scheme is somewhere where the emphasis is on getting new recruits and getting proceeds from them. Now, I would love to know what the fuck Tommy Robinson's end goal is, because there doesn't seem to be one. I would love to know what he's doing other than gathering a crowd. And I don't care whether it's Israel or whatever. That bit is fucking, I really don't give a fuck about it. It's not even about his ideology. But I don't think that he's doing anything other than gathering numbers. And politically that will work for the government because you're putting them on your rocking horse. Because I swear to fuck, you can do those protests where you wave the flag, but if that's all you do, it's like sitting on a rocking horse. Give you something to do, but you're never getting anywhere. And there is no backup whatsoever with any form of lobbying. A really classic example, see the big rally that he had in London?
Yeah.
Right. That was the week before Soldier F went on trial. And Soldier F, if you don't know, is a paratrooper who is being hounded through the courts for his actions on Bloody Sunday.
Oh, right. Is that still going on?
Yeah. He only got cleared a couple of weeks ago. But right now, Tommy Robinson had that rally on a Saturday. That court case was starting on a Monday. Could he not have took 2 fucking minutes out of his time to go, everybody, Soldier F is up in court on Monday morning. On Monday morning, could you please email your member of parliament and tell them that these prosecutions need to stop? And then maybe whenever every member of parliament in Britain woke up with on Monday morning with a fucking email from a shitload of people, we might get some political change. Or is that am I asking for too much there?
No, you're spot on there. I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, that's probably should have done that. Yeah, he should have done that. Yeah.
I keep hearing that we're not allowed to do stuff whenever I know that there's a lot of stuff we're allowed to do. And that's
you're very, very clued up, aren't you, about it? Like, it must be frustrating for you talking to someone like me that hasn't got a clue about it all.
Well,
I get frustrated about Islam and all that, but I feel like there's nothing I can do. I can write to MPs and stuff, but
here's the thing, RPOW. I don't see somebody like you. I will never get infuriated speaking to and having conversations like this, because here's the thing: you're just a working class lad. I don't expect you to have knowledge of politics the way I do. I really don't.
Yeah.
But you know who I do expect? The people that's putting themselves at the top of the movement. I expect it off them.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. See if you've been making your living for the last 10, 20, 30 years out of this politics business.
Yeah.
For the name of holy good fuck, see if I know more about how the internals of this work than you do. Something's gone very fucking wrong. And what have you been doing with your 30 years? And I have exactly the same problem with a load of people in the men's rights movement, by the way. There's a bunch of people called Families Need Fathers who have been in consultation with the government for over 50 years and have got not one fucking full stop or comma change in any of the legislation.
What do you think of Karen Strawn, 42?
Oh, Karen is fucking excellent.
Oh, good. I think she's amazing. Fucking love her.
Oh, what?
Some of her videos explaining.
She is just as coherent drunk as what she is sober, by the way.
Yeah, she's so great.
Yeah.
Some of her videos explaining the problems with, feminism and stuff. You just can't. It's bang on. It's absolutely pinpoint, bang on, accurate. There's nothing, but a lefty won't listen to it. You send it to a lefty, they won't consider, listening to it or watching it. Not at all. Like my girlfriend is a complete lefty. She wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I try and send her stuff all the time, and she never looks at it. I say to her, well, send me stuff about what you think. Your beliefs and all that. You send me stuff, and I'll look at it. If I'm wrong, I'll change the opinions.
Oh, fuck.
But I'm not,
do you know what to do?
No.
Don't send her your stuff. Send her their stuff. Send her their stuff. Do you know what to do?
You know
She's
what?
A feminist?
She's what?
Is she a feminist?
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, she doesn't go around. She doesn't go around preaching all this stuff.
Yeah,
I couldn't have that. But
ask her how she read the Scum Manifesto.
You know what she'll say?
What?
I know what she'd say because she said it a few times. She'll say, "No, that's just parody. That's just parody."
Oh, right.
Yeah. You know, have you seen that clip of some meeting, and there's this like Oriental girl. She's trying to talk, and people keep standing up saying, "You know, point of order. You stop using gendered language." And she's like, "Oh, sorry, comrade." And then she tries to carry on, and someone else stands up and says, "Will you stop moving about? It makes me anxious." And then someone else, and she can't get going. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. All right. Yes, you sure that? And she goes, "That's parody." But here's the thing: the Scum Manifesto is feminist literature that's taught in gender studies.
Yeah,
that's her stuff, and it's fucking horrible. Pretty much the conclusion is the point of it is to reduce the male population and maintain it at 10% of the total population.
Yeah.
She's
not heard of it, but she probably doesn't know what's in it.
Yeah.
We had a massive argument 2 or 3 weeks ago. It almost finished us. So we've sort of decided not to touch politics now.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Do you know what? See if you can get by in life without really talking about politics. It's probably better.
But I told her, it's like, what's going on in my country? She's in America, so it's different for her.
All right.
What's going on in my country? I say it's a huge part of, you know, who I am. I'm seeing what's going on, and I get, you know, wound up and upset. And you're my girlfriend. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say something to her. Then she starts backing up the people I'm upset with. You know, it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
You know, the problem is how do you explain the loss of walking past the primary school that you went to and looking at it and seeing people that are not like you?
Yeah.
You know, how do you even begin to explain that loss or what it is? That, you know, or the reason why you want to be able to look at the children in the local primary school, the one that you went to, and think that could be me. I was that boy. That was me at one stage, and reminisce about it. Whereas whenever you walk past it now, you don't see anybody. It's like, you know, it's got no fucking connection to you whatsoever because it's changed that much. I don't know how you even explain that level of loss or grief.
Yeah. Well, she's one of these that says it's basically all our fault because British history was colonizers and this and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm very proud of that. So.
Oh, yep. And then your retort is, tell me where we left worse than we found it.
Yeah.
Because the answer is nowhere.
Exactly, yeah. And Africa's absolutely fucked, and that's all Europeans' fault. That's all the fault of Europe. Okay,
do you know
Europe did carve up Africa, but what about the hundreds and thousands of years before that, before the Europeans got there? You know, the place has been fucked since day one.
Like, whenever we arrived there, we found a Stone Age society.
Yeah. I always say, you tell me, I've said this to a few people. I say, tell me a working class black neighborhood anywhere on the planet at any time in history, anywhere ever that wasn't a hellhole.
Oh,
it's never happened.
It's
never happened.
It did for a very short period in America before.
Rule, don't
they? For a very short period before Lyndon Baines Johnson brought out the the thing where he introduced food stamps and everything, and the massive welfare project that he put in and chased the fellers out of the house so as the women could get the extra food stamps and extra government money. There was a very small period in America where Americanized black people were doing quite well in their little areas. Their education was good, but then they broke them with giving them free shit, and they accepted the free shit, and then everything went to shit because nobody was working for it anymore. But it was a very, very short period of time. But outside, and that would never have happened without the American influence and them getting the American know-how from living within, watching how the way people did it, and they copied it. No, it wasn't the Civil Rights Act, Brad. It was the one where he brought out all the freebies, all the gimmies. But other than that, nowhere. And see the figure that this quote for reparations and how much the white people would owe the black people for what they took. Do you know how they
ever tried to do that?
Oh,
that would. It's just
Oh.
not going to happen, is it?
Do you know how they get that figure of billions and billions?
Trillions.
Yeah, trillions. Do you know how they get that figure?
No. What? They think of a number and treble it?
No. They think of a number from the time of the first slave was taken, and then they apply compound interest on it from then till now.
Yeah.
So the overwhelming majority of that figure that they quote is the compound interest. I don't know how much you would need to give them for stealing their mud huts, because I don't think we ever took a mud hut back with us, or a stone fucking spearhead. I don't think that's what we came and took. It's all pure total. It's dog shit.
Lenny Henry's through his.
Oh!
He's,
I've got a radical knob here. I've got a radical theory. See, if you take a really rich person in Africa,
yeah,
a really rich person in India, a really rich person in Dubai, and a really rich person from the West, they've all got quite a similar wealth, right?
Right.
You know, if you're talking about the very top, they would all have the same sort of a wealth.
Okay.
You can be pretty much as wealthy, but you know where the big difference is? The difference, if you're judging your wealth on the difference between the average person in your country and you, the difference between the average person in Soweto or one of the villages in Dubai or in India where it's all open storage and all, the difference between our average person and our rich person is fucking immense.
Yeah.
And the difference between the rich people and the average person in the West, I'm going to go on like 1980s. It was just immense. It wasn't fucking immense. And I think what they're trying to do is batter that, even out that difference. And by taking off the average normal working person that just wants to try to fucking better themselves, to push them down to the same level as the Africans. And if that's what you're trying to do, our immigration policies make perfect sense. In fact,
it's all going to plan.
What?
It's all going to plan.
Yeah. If their plan is to make us as poor as somebody in one of those villages in Africa or whatever, it's fucking working.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than saying you're going to stop the boats for 15 years, but not doing that.
Yeah.
If we didn't flood the place with Africans, though, we'd be able to get ourselves out of it somehow, won't we? But the place is being flooded with Africans who are being turned into a third world country. And I just can't see any way of stopping it now. It seems to have speeding up and speeding up and speeding up, and it's too much. I can't take it anymore.
Well, you just need to start with individual housing estates.
There's no hope for Africans.
No,
it sounds really bad, but it's just a fact. Africa, we're different species of humans. We are. We're different species.
This might be controversial, but I would be saying any housing estate that is still not woke needs to get a neighborhood watch going and also make it look very, very British together. And by doing that, all of your leftists will leave, and then more British people will move in and make that housing estate solid. And then at least you've got that area that looks like England, and the kids can play. And inside that area will be okay, but you're going to have to protect its borders.
But you've got a big problem with youngsters, especially young lads. They want to be black, don't they?
Yeah.
They want to be gangsters and all that, and they act black and they talk black.
Yeah.
How do you pull back from that? They want to be black and they think they're fucking great.
Yeah. Let's see. How do you pull back from that? Let's see if I can find. Right. Give me one memento. I'll tell you how you. See where you see.
You try and get them to listen to some English folk music.
Right.
See how good it is, because it's fucking brilliant. But
right.
Give it a chance.
I'll show you how we do it.
Oh.
This is how this works. Oh, hold on.
fucking amazing.
Do you think that may work?
It would work, yeah. But how do you get youngsters interested in their own culture and their own history, especially when it's being changed and rewritten all around them?
1 second,
And the youngsters are being taught right from day one at school that our country was built by blacks, and blacks have always been here. You
see, but by the time our kids get to primary school, they spend 5 years watching that in parades.
Yeah, we haven't got that. Though, have we?
4 or 5 times a year.
Try and get a young inner city lad interested in some Morris dancing or something.
Oh, here, I'll tell you what.
It's fucking great.
How far are you away from Leeds? How far away are you from Leeds, mate?
About 50 miles or something.
Yeah, there's parades like that in Leeds, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Leeds has got orange lodges. Leeds has got bands.
I'm all for it, mate.
Yeah. It's.
I think a good place to start would be try and get them back to church.
Yep.
Even if you don't believe in God, I don't believe in God, and I don't go to church a lot, but I go. I don't believe in God, but I'm a cultural Christian, is what I call myself. You know what I mean?
See if you go back before 1895, I think the first big revival was. If you go back before that, just before the 1900s, not long before World War I, if you go back before then, you did not go to church to find God. You went to church to find your community. And potentially bump into God on the way.
Yeah.
This notion that in order to go to church, you need to be a born-again Christian, whatever the fuck that is, and you can't drink and you can't smoke and you better not swear, and you can't. If you were in the pub on Saturday, don't be coming to this church on a Sunday. All of that bullshit was brought in by the born-again Christians in the late 1800s, and that has segregated the English people from their church and therefore from their community. And your towns and villages were always run from the gospel hall, from the church hall.
Yeah.
That's where all the power came from.
Seeing these beautiful churches all boarded up, it breaks my heart, and they're being burnt down. Practically one every day, especially in France.
Here's the other thing. See if you go back to even the 1950s.
Yeah.
See your local city councillor.
Yeah.
They had to go to church with you on a Sunday morning. They had to go to the same church. Now, see if they have came up with a really fucking daft idea. They have to sit in the same fucking pews as you, and they have to talk to you outside the church.
Yeah.
So there's a direct connection back to the community. More so, if you're a member of Parliament, you have to be in the Church of England on a Sunday morning. And everybody in your constituency, whenever they know that you've said something that they don't like in the House of Parliament, they know exactly what to do. Just go to the church. Just go to their Church of England on Sunday morning, and they can find the fucker, and they can hold them accountable. And
would be amazing.
That's what needs to come back now. And to be clear, church attendance in Northern Ireland is nowhere near what it was whenever I was a child. But I'll tell you what I do know. The church that my dad goes to in the Craig Estate, where George Best grew up. See, whenever school's on, whenever the school closes, the primary school closes at the younger ones get out at 2 and then the older ones get out at 3. There's people from the church arrive at that school, and all the kids line up, and they have 2 adults at the front, 2 adults at the back, and they walk them through the estate from the school into the church hall. And then the people from the church help them with their homeworks and stuff. And then at 3 o'clock, the same thing happens with P3, with the older ones. And then the parents arrive at 5 o'clock and pick them up and take them home, or before 5 or maybe a little bit later if something's going on with a parent. Then the older kids from that church who are in secondary school, they arrive in, and then they help the primary school ones with their homeworks. You know.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it'd be nice to be like that, but it's so hard to, especially in the inner city sort of rough sort of council estates.
Yeah, well, mate, this is a rough council estate.
Yeah, but I mean, there it's like you say, it goes back, doesn't it? It's never stopped, has it?
Yeah.
There. You know, restarting something like that. Yeah, it seems impossible to me.
Do you know something? In a lot of ways, the Troubles, as much as they fucked our communities up, and they really did fuck our communities up.
Oh, no doubt.
But I'll tell you what we did get very good at. Bordering off areas that nobody gets in and nobody gets out, or nobody wants to come in, and making that area that kids can grow up in and play in and feel safe. Because so we had, if I can see further than others, it's just because I'm standing on giants, because somewhere or other, and I don't know fucking how, I really don't know, because see, during my childhood, I never felt unsafe. Heard bombs every day.
Fucking hell.
Seen army wagons firing down the road very fast. Every night on the news, there was a number of people that was killed. There was a number of bombs. That was just the news on a daily basis. It's like fucking three bombs, 2 shootings, and a bus on fire. And then they end up with somebody's cat got rescued out of a tree, because you have to give somebody some fucking good news. Right. But I never felt unsafe, because the community was...
Yeah.
You know, how our parents managed that, and also only some people might say I'm bitter, but believe me, my parents did a lot to keep the hate out of me. I don't say I'm bitter or hateful. I just believe in retribution. My biggest issue with the Israelis is that their soldiers got a fucking scorecard and ours got a yellow card. And I would rather our soldiers had a scorecard too, and a government with fucking springers to back them up. And we could have solved this whole thing fucking years ago. And the other thing I will say when I'm talking about Northern Ireland is the paramilitaries that were captured described themselves as prisoners of war. The IRA said they were not political prisoners. They were prisoners of war, and they were fighting a war. And I'm like, even as a 10 and 11-year-old, I'm thinking, prisoner of war? Should you not be in a camp until this fucking thing's over then? Why the hell are you giving any form of a sentence to these people? They're prisoners of war. You get out whenever the war's over. Fucking stay in there, cunto. And I could see that being a better issue as a child than what it seems that the people in charge were on. But then again, it is a classic case of the British government didn't really want to do what was necessary to win this once and for all. And be advised, British government, don't be fucking getting on our way next time.
What did you think of Margaret Thatcher? 42.
Loved her.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely loved her.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
We need a Margaret Thatcher now.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm really proud of her about the Falklands and the hunger strikers, Bobby Sands and all that.
Yeah.
Although I do, like, see, what they don't tell you about during those hunger strikes is there was rats in Belfast every night for over a year. Like, good rats, the type of rat that you want to go and watch. The funniest one ever was your man from fucking Norway, the American boy who got killed by a plastic bullet. That was funny as fuck. Because as you may or may not know, there's an organization, North American Irish Aid, and they provide a shitload of money to buy weapons from Libya.
Yeah.
From Palestine and whatnot, but they would send people over to Northern Ireland to see how their money was helping the boys back home, and they would put on rats and stuff for them. So whenever they were over, you knew whenever there was somebody who's over, because there'd be rats in for 3 nights in one place, and then a different place would be rats for 3 nights, and that's where they were going to have their look at the different areas. But one of them from America, big Burva man, got killed dead, got hit by a plastic bullet.
Yeah,
and
they
they were all over the fucking they were all over shouting and screaming, this poor man was doing nothing wrong, blah blah blah. And then the photographs came out, and he had broke cover and ran over a course of about fucking 30 yards towards where the British Army was for the shield wall. And he had a big stick in his hand. And you could see him closing. And then you could see where, in the pictures, where the projectile hit him in the chest, and just going in slow motion like a fucking fall. And because it's the authorities that left it long enough before the photos came out that the Sinn Féiners had made all their excuses and said he had done nothing wrong and hadn't left the rat lines, and it was nothing.
But false won't lie. Well, they never used to. They lie these days.
Oh fuck, they do now. It is mad.
Yeah, you can't trust anything these days.
Yeah, it actually is really scary. Right. As now we're coming up in 2 hours, I have a couple of things I want to say. Pat, first of all, Pizzle, you want to come back sometime next month or in January for a full show?
Yeah, I'll come back. Yeah.
I'd really love to do that. The second thing is last Saturday in December, Hogmanay show. Hopefully, Samson's going to come. Samson Pakka, Pizzle, you're invited yourself. It's just going to be light-hearted, fun thing, and we'll talk about Old Year's Night. And find yourself a joke or a funny story or a song or some shit to do to perform for us, because you will indeed be asked to sing or show your ring. It's a time-honored tradition in a good Hogmanay Old Year's Night party. So there's that. Other than that, is there anything else that we
speaking of Crimbo, can I do a little plug, please?
Yes.
Could you?
Yes, do plug yours.
There you go, mate. So we'll be doing. That'll be me, Toffee, and William. We're going to be doing "It's a Fat Cunt Christmas."
Is that the? I will not be streaming that night, by the way.
All right, yeah. Well, it might overrun, but it's Saturday, the 20th of December, 8 p.m. GMT for our foreign friends. Yeah, so dip your bread into a bit of "It's a Fat Cunt Christmas." William might even turn up on time for this one.
Yeah.
Have you seen me? That's Santa Communion. Have you seen what he's got in his Santa's bag?
Golfing balls or golfing clubs.
And then we've got Toffee the Snowman in the middle. And then we've got Mental Elf William.
Very good.
So there you go, mate. Yeah. So I just thought I'd share that. So that'll be on the 20th. So always nice to get an early plug in like Ogmane and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's as far as I've got. I did put feelers out to a lot of people, different people, and said, look, can you just say a few words and I'll string them all together and all that shit. So I did send Al Maka email unread. Yeah, you fucker. Yeah. Probably is his sleeper account, isn't it? Because we all know he works for Mossad on the slide. So
yes, that feel free to run over. That is the evening where Emma G and I are out with my dad and sister for a Christmas celebration and a meal, and so I will not be streaming that night unless a drunken Emma G demands a stream.
I finish work that Friday, so Friday the 19th I finish work and I'm not back until Monday the 5th. And I'm telling you something now. By 10 o'clock on Monday the 5th, I want another fucking fortnight off. I'm guaranteeing you. Fucking horrendous, But anyway, such is the life of a lowly worker, a wage slave. We got to keep working harder so we can get taxed harder. You see?
Yeah,
that's Rachel Thieves' mantra, isn't it? Work hard, get taxed. It's great stuff. And like I say, let's lift the cap on the 2 children rule because I am thinking you are very happy that you're getting. No, we won't even go there. Yeah. Oh, sorry. One story that I did have, I was going to say, but I won't bring it up. Was do you know how the Labour government under that Shabani whatever her face is, the Home Secretary, is going to dissuade people from coming here to claim asylum and come over on the little boats? This is, I tell you now, right? She's nailed it. She's nailed it. Yeah. Do you know how they're going to disincentivize these people from coming over? Yeah. No. Let me set this up for you first. They're still going to get the 5-star hotels.
What?
They're still going to get the free medical treatment and free food, free iPhone, free dental care, and free pocket money. They're all going to get that. But you know what the clincher is? Why they won't be coming?
Go on.
No more taxi rides. Yeah.
Oh fuck!
They're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go on the bus.
They're gonna have to go on the bus.
Yeah.
But they get a free pass, so they can't use taxis anymore. So you take all of that other shit, the
fighting back. Yeah.
Take your 5-star hotel, your free iPhone, free medical care, free dentist care, free pocket money. Shove it up your arse. We're not coming here because there's no more free taxis. This is going to turn around
Nobody wants to be a bus wanker.
Exactly. There's going to be a mass exodus.
That reminds me. Do you know why Apple products are able to be as expensive as they are?
Go on.
Because they've got a built-in market with the government bought by people who don't give a fuck about the price.
Yeah.
So whatever government you're in, the American government, the British government, the Canadian government, they all use exclusively Apple products. So therefore, Apple can price it at whatever the fuck they want without the market forces because they know they've already got this whole swathe of sales sewn up. And even if they have a drop off in non-government customers, they've got that many government customers, and the numbers keep increasing as they expand out the more projects. Like last year, every NHS nurse got a new iPhone.
Wow.
In order to do their job. Well, actually, it might not have been every NHS nurse. It was every NHS nurse who does community type work. They all got a new iPhone so that they could log everything and working with their, whenever they go to do a visit or whatever, they logged them with the iPhone as opposed to writing it in the book in the fucking property.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
It is absolutely nuts, and that's no slight whatsoever about the nurses. They didn't ask for it. This is the the management thought it was a fucking idea.
Yeah. There are so many different things to unpack. I was watching an interesting one on old Carl Benjamin's Lotus Eaters, and they were talking about how Nigel Farage is virtually a shoo-in for the next election, which he'll derail because he always does.
Oh yeah,
because he's a state agitator. He is part of the state, so he's just giving you the pretense that you might have an alternative. But they were saying that nobody's talking about the uncivil service, as I call them. Because if you wanted to make change like what Tony Blair did, this is what they were talking about. They said Blair sort of preloaded before he even got in power. He was preloading all of the civil servants to be online with what he wanted, through Mandelson and Campbell and all those fuckers, the triumvirate of evil, shall we say?
Yeah.
And they said, but Nigel's not making any of that. He said, so even if he comes in, he goes, right, we'll start the deportations now. He said he'll just get fucked over because the civil service will just be non-compliant. And I've already, I've privately told Sir Nigel, indirectly, of course, because everybody knows he watches our streams, and I've said, look, what you need to do is you need to create a completely new department called the Department of Admissions, and all it is, so obviously we've got these applications that come in. So there's a submissions department. So rather than going through the entire sausage machine of, asylum and all of the bullshittery and all that, it just all of those submissions, come to the Department of Admissions, and basically it's the cheapest department in the state because it's one bloke with a big rubber stamp that's got rejected on it, and all he does every day, 24/7, is rejected, and then they all go immediately to the Department of Returns. So you've basically bypassed the entirety of the bullshit, and he can do it. If he's Prime Minister, he can do it. Yeah? So you cut out all of the bullshittery and the legal wanglings and the millions of pounds pissed away on these fuckers who shouldn't even be here. So the applications come in and they immediately go straight out again, rejected. Fuck you, bye-bye. And then we can work on the ones who are already here that need to get fucked off. But of course, we all know Nigel isn't a true person for this country. So he won't take that on board. But you could do that, and then the best of it is after 2 years, that entire machine that exists to allow fuckers who shouldn't even be here to stay here, you can say, well, we don't need that fucking whole expanse of shit anymore. So we'll just get rid of all of those fuckers, that entire whole fucking machine that works against us. And there's your deficit gap covered straight away. You've saved yourself 40 billion now straight away. That's the black hole a year. That's for starters. And then, we start deporting all the useless fuckers who shouldn't even be here, the ones that don't even contribute anything. So you're saving like big money, hundreds of billions. And within 5 years, we could be running a surplus. It'd be fucking magic, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great? It'd be great.
Yeah,
but there's no appetite to do the right thing because they're all evil bastards. Anyway, I'll let you carry on, mate. Sorry, 42.
But, Farage, I mean, it might not be ideal, but what's it's better than the alternative, surely.
No, he's a cunt. He's an
Yeah,
absolute cunt.
They're all cunts, aren't they?
Right, I'll have a look now, right? Farage
I-
has had three times to destroy the Tory party, and 3 times he let them off the hook. And he will become basically a lifeboat for the other Tory bastards who are in that parliament. And reform will basically become Tory light, and that's it. That's it.
You're a Labour voter, though, aren't you, Sense? Aren't you a Labour voter?
No, I was going to do it just to accelerate it. I didn't need to. They've done it themselves. Fuck me.
Right. I have an interesting idea. If we had younger political minds that could take themselves to reform with their mandate that they had gathered on the streets and went, blah, 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 we want this person to run for, this person's running for office. He's got all us here. We're all going to leaflet for him. Would you like him to run with your party or against them? And get into those positions and reform and have the brains to get in there and be very quiet about anything that's past reform's umbrella and get into the next levels of power, because Farage is going to die and we could take that as a Trojan horse and then have a legitimate political party that is indeed ours.
Absolutely. But I mean, seriously though, on the next election, who else are you going to vote for apart from reform?
Well, this is the other thing. I swear to fuck.
Vote Labour. Piss off, Billy.
Yeah. While reform is not our thing, and it's never going to be our thing, the other thing, Advanced Party, I think, might be closer to it. But either one of those two, you've got to ask yourself your question. Are they better than the Tories? Yes. Are they better than Labour? Yes. Then that's where you're going to have to vote. It's either that or...
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Your only other choice is en masse vote Monster Raven Looney into every fucking constituency and just let the government be a mockery for a fucking 4 years. It's not going to get worse than it will under Labour, and you may come back with actual serious politicians and force them into it. But I think the only viable option in England, it would be reform or advance. In Northern Ireland, we have a party called the TUV, the Traditional Unionist Voice, who are slightly to the right of the DUP, which is well to the right of anything you have in England. So we've got a party that we can vote to and are pushing they're actually pushing the DUP, who would be the current main unionist party, to have a set of balls and make a bit of effort. Like the thing where they tried to get the Palestine flag flown in Belfast City Hall, it was mainly the DUP that got that blocked, but the other unionist parties fell in along with them. And we're, you just don't seem to have the party that's going to do that in England. But if you accept that the pendulum has swung way to the left and it's going to swing back right, you have to accept every increment along the way, because if you oppose the first increment that is nothing like what you want, you're going to stall the pendulum permanently on the left. Yeah. So you're going to have to accept the stages in between. Exactly. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense.
But other than that, right, Sanson, Pakka, have we anything else we need to talk about?
No, mate, no, that's been great, yeah. I've enjoyed it. Cheers, mate. Thanks
Oh.
for having me on.
I'll just add that I will be streaming with my co-host tomorrow, apparently.
What time will that be, Pakka?
I've got no idea.
Well, let me tell you of two great streams that we have got an idea on. Ragnar Iron Spear, 7 o'clock tomorrow. And then me, Toffee, and William over on Toffee's channel at 8:30. Sunday Night Raw with Toffee. Get yourself in there.
I expect we'll be before that. Either of them.
Has anyone ordered the book? I've ordered mine.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Done already.
Yeah.
I've ordered mine. I'm possibly letting out a secret if MG still listening. Yes, that is what I ordered you for your Christmas present. Because I'm notorious for being disorganized and late with getting Christmas presents. And I was like, hey, I've started. So there's that. Other than that, right. I've got an outro sorted out. So other than that, Mr. Pakka, any last words?
Thanks for having us. It's been a lovely chat. Thanks for coming, Piz.
Thank you.
Mr. Sanson?
It's been great, mate. Thanks again for having me on, and God bless to everybody in the chat.
Absolute pleasure. RPOW, thank you so much for coming on. Any last thoughts?
Just thanks for having me on and putting up with my lack of technical know-how at the start. Sorry,
don't worry
if it's a bit boring or whatever.
No, we like
nothing. I didn't kick off, or I wasn't too drunk. Kicking off about silly shit.
Like nothing good comes easy.
Yeah.
Success is measured by the amount of effort required to achieve it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks. And whenever this clicks off, stay behind. We'll have a quick proper goodbye.
I'm just going to say, was that a 10cc record? You know, I'm not too drunk. Sorry, mate. Carry on.
Oh, right. Here we go. We've got for the outro, Cromwell, Protector of the Realm, which is a song about the 1641 massacre of the Protestants in Ulster. And then Cromwell came and kicked the fuck out of the takes. It was great. Hold on, there should be sound. I will put your comments up on the screens.
A cold winter's morn in 1641, my lovely Anne was taken by O'Connell. Taken on the field at the point of rebel gun, and drowned in the murky river band. Hundreds more were taken at this date, but sure the grind are buried in the sand. O'Neill's false promises ensured the same fate. I cursed his papist army to a man. Then one day horizon I did see 100 of our ships all coming to my land. And all peace gave protector of the realm, and he smiled and placed the sword into my hand. Off we marched to Drogheda, to Aston's guarded town. Together we stormed it, with Cromwell at the helm. He screamed a few butchers, remember Portadown, and Cromwell, protector of the realm. And now I go with flowers to see my lovely Anne. I go and tell her that her death was not in vain. I tell my children about the Lord Protector, and how he saved our people from the sin. Britain has had some brilliant kings and queens, Elizabeth first, an outfit comes to mind. With the Lord Protector emulates them all. Oliver, the top one you will find. Cromwell, the greatest British king. Strong in his beliefs, he never let us mind. He fought for his people and he rid us all O'Neill as he took our due revenge for Portadown. Cromwell, the greatest British king. Strong in his beliefs, he never let us down. He fought for his people and he rid us all O'Neill as we took our due revenge for Portadown.
All right, everybody. Pakka's been Pakka, Sanson's been Sanson, Pizzle's been Pizzle. I have been 42, and you lot in the chat has been fucking amazing as always. Thank you. Good night. God bless. I'll see you all next week. I'm out of here.